Hi out there in the YouTube world. This is number 9 of the Nakshatra series. This is Ashlesha. And what I want to say about this quickly is that the Nakshatras go through a series of 9 different planets. And all of these 9 planets go through a cycle where they repeat 3 times. So after this video, I will have accomplished a third of the Nakshatra series. So I just wanted to keep you all up to date with that. But Ashlesha, number 9. Well, what does it really represent? Like, it is in the energy of Cancer, completely. The previous sign, Pushya, I would more attribute to being Cancer-esque, like when it comes to the family nurturing abilities, because this sign does, even though it doesn't overlap with any other signs, it doesn't overlap with Leo, which is the next coming sign. It doesn't overlap with the energies at all, but it is ruled by Mercury, and its symbol is the serpent, or a coiled snake. Its class is outcast, meaning, like, and I'll read you a little snippet from something. It belongs to the lowest caste, which is called Moksha, or outcast. It is the lower functioning of Ashlesha, in a sort of general menace to society, and all known forms like bandits, cheats, oppressors, exploiters, etc. It is the higher functioning that relates to the yogi, who renounces the world in search for his enlightenment. In both ways, Ashlesha doesn't seem to fit into the other societal, civilized structures. So, like, there has been, like, previously mentioned, like, there's been, like, the butcher and the merchant and a priest. Well, it doesn't really fall into any of those rigid structures, because they're more of, like, an outcast. Like, and I do hate to say this to you guys, but a lot of times this is one of the more negative signs. Like, well, why? Well, because its nature is demon. There's 3 different classifications. There's human, angel, and demon. Or demon, human, angel. However you want to look at it. But my point of that is that it gives them a little more of a sinister kind of outlook to life. But to Ashlesha people watching this, know that that's not your fault. Like, you have a lens of your perceptions of the world, and you tend to have seen the harsher aspects, and you've learned from what you have perceived as harsher aspects, and built your life accordingly. So a lot of the things are quite rational. Like, it's also ruled by Mercury, and its symbol, as I said, is the serpent, a clinging serpent. Its animal is the male cat, and its element is water, so it's very emotional. Main ideas that are associated with it are its ability to go where no others can go. They have knowledge of hidden things that, like, most people don't express to one another because of, like, social dynamics and more. They have a secret, they can go, like a serpent, they can go in little nooks and crannies and crevices that others can't, because due to their secretive nature. They have, it leads a torturous path, however, due to their going into hidden things. It's quite torturous, because then they have to deal with the psychological drama that is life, where they have secrets, and they don't, and sometimes it's other people's secrets. Like, it's not even their secrets, it's just some things that they can be burdened with. They have snake attributes, such as being clinging, secretive, venomous, biting, sexual, and uniting in secret. Like, they rule over uniting in secret. Traits that can be attributed to Ashlesha are that they can be insincere. And for people that are Ashlesha watching this, know that it is understandable, because you've perceived the world and harshness in it. That's why you're a little bit calloused to necessarily being truthfully honest. Like, you don't wear your heart on your sleeve because you've already had your heart probably broken, and you've already had dramas of the past, and you've learned from them, and screw everybody, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, no one will know if you're lying, right? Like, so they tend to be kind of insincere. They have a strong instinct and intuition and wisdom which can access other realms, even with dark magic. Now, I won't go too into depths of this because it's deep enough I'm talking just about nakshatras, but basically their sexual energy, which comes from Kundalini, which is a serpent, hence why their symbol is a serpent, they can often channel this energy into accomplishing goals that they wish to attain. And some of it can be kind of like done in secret, just their knowledge, but it can affect outcomes or manipulate situations in the real world, which you shouldn't do. That's why it's dark magic, not white magic, because you're manipulating situations in secret. Yeah, so be careful in channeling energy, because it is Kundalini energy and it is sexual in nature. If it is misused, it can cause great misery and depression. They can succeed anywhere, but they must maintain their positivity. They have a huge interest in all things that are occult and esoteric in nature. So like astrology, magic, tarot, paranormal, ghosts, all that kind of cool stuff. However, they can be quite deceitful, ruthless, and cunning, just like a snake, which is their sign. They are extremely observative of their environment, meaning like they're very like quick on their feet. They're also ruled by Mercury, so they've got that like mercurial quicksilver energy inside of a serpent. So you're combining all these energies. They're very on their toes all the time, and like nothing really gets past them. They're quick. They never trust anybody because, like I mentioned before, they've had their heart stomped on before, so they aren't apt to just give that away, and that's like their innate nature, which is fine. But you have to, if you're dating an Ashlesha or like one, then you have to understand that that's just how things are, and you do not try to manipulate or change people's nature. Like, if you don't like their nature, then you shouldn't be with them. Like, and maybe it's you that should do, through love, you should do like kindness and forgiveness of realizing their nature. That way, and this is speaking for Ashlesha people out there too, research your other partners and understand how you all think. That way you can be a little bit more kind and compassionate to each other's nature. And some of you Ashlesha people could be manipulative and just use that to your advantage. But no, that's wrong, and like you have your own karmic debt to deal with if you use any of these kind of tools that I'm giving you to manipulate people. Don't do that. Like, use it maybe for self-betterment. They're very calculative, like a snake, and they love food. They're very much foodies, so like they like going to restaurants and they like trying different kinds of foods. They like the variety, and they like to just experience new things. Like the bland, the usual, that's really not for them. They like the new, the exciting. And if this is afflicted, meaning if this is your sun, your moon, and your ascendant, and it has oppositions or afflictions in your chart, then it can cause paranoia or depression due to its strong sexual nature, which, if you channel this energy properly, can give you pretty much anything that you want to achieve. But you have to understand how to channel that energy. So, their appearance is they have a square face, very pale complexion, small eyes, usually sexually appealing body, wide, that's weird, wide, thin lips. So I don't know what I really meant by that, but I guess like a pronounced mouth, but not necessarily like with large lips. But they have a nice smile, kind of like a snake. Oh, that's what it was. They have like a huge snake smile, like a snake, but not necessarily much lips to go with it. So it's kind of like, like a snake smile with the and the tongue and all that. And they have sexual movement like that of a snake, so they can be kind of like seductive in nature, and cunning and coy. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed part 9, and we'll see you in part 10, which is Megha. And it's now we're getting into Leo, which is all fixed. It's all Leo, because there's a border. Because like I said in this video, that it goes through the 9 planets, including Rahu and Ketu, so that makes 9. And now we've concluded 1/3 of the whole Nakshatra, and we'll see you in Megha. Bye for now.